This is your life. This is your opportunity. And it's time that we take care of our health. Our health matters. It matters to us, and it should matter to each and every one of you because it's the only life that we have. But we must live it to the fullest. And it's totally up to us. What we put in our bodies will determine how our bodies respond. And now, I don't want to take too much of your time because I said last week we're going to talk about intermittent fasting. And I wanted someone very qualified to talk about it because I'm a firm believer in this type of, and it's not a diet, this type of eating. And it's been something that's been done for thousands of years. We call it intermittent fasting, but it was done in churches many years ago in other cultures. But it's powerful because it's helping your body to use what it has to heal itself. All bodies were meant to heal itself without any type of outside influences. Well, with that being said, let me just bring on Sky. Sky, good to see you. How are you? Jaden, please highlight Sky. And Sky can take it away.
I am doing fine. It's good to see everybody. And as Vince said, I hope you all are continuing with your journey. Don't let any little setbacks throw you off. You know, when you get committed to something, you're always going to be tested along the way. There's always going to be tests of your willingness to continue to move forward on what you've committed to yourself to do. So even if something happened and maybe you got off your schedule, just dust yourself off, get back up, and let's keep moving forward. You've got plenty of support here with us. I'm glad that Vince, you've committed to having this program, a group program, so that we can all know that we all have advances, we all have setbacks, but we're all in this together. So thank you for showing up for yourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And as Vince mentioned, we're going to be talking about intermittent fasting today. Now, as he mentioned, we've heard about fasting. Fasting has been around for thousands of years. If you Google it, it'll tell you that fasting started with the Greeks. Like the Greeks try and claim everything. But you know that, and they've said themselves, many of the Greek leaders and philosophers got their science. They went over to Kemet and studied for 10, 20 years. And they wrote about it themselves. They didn't try to hide that. They went over there and learned what they learned and came back and brought it to their people. There's nothing wrong with that. But you should give credit where credit is due, which they did. But it kind of gets left out these days in their descendants' writings. So fasting's been around for a long time, and it's usually been kind of tied in with religion and spirituality. And for good reason, because when you think about it, eating is the most primal urge that we have. When we come out of the womb and we're seeking some kind of satisfaction, in addition to just touch, you're looking for that satiation from that nipple, whether it's a natural nipple or whether it's a rubber nipple that's attached to a bottle. You're looking for that satiation, that desire to be soothed. And if you can put down that very primal desire through fasting to uphold something higher, you know, whatever your spiritual teachings are directing you towards, then you get a chance to learn how to balance the desires. You're trying to transmute those desires for something very earthly into something that's a little bit more spiritual and more etheric. So that's kind of like the basis and foundation for some of the religious philosophies around it. But it's been held on to for thousands of years and has reemerged these days in the health and wellness arena through intermittent fasting, because there are different kinds of fasts that you can partake in, but intermittent fasting is something very specific. And as Vince mentioned also, it's not a diet, and it's not a specific food or foods that you eat. It doesn't matter what you eat. It's really more a style of eating, how you eat. And people have said that it's been useful in helping with, of course, weight loss, with improving your health. It's been, research has shown that it's helped to improve cognitive functions, heart health, digestion, a number of different things, right? So it's just a change in your eating pattern, not necessarily what you eat, We do know that what you eat is important, but in regards to intermittent fasting, it's how you're eating. So there's a gentleman who is a neuroscientist in Johns Hopkins University, and he studied fasting, intermittent fasting specifically, for about 25 years. And what he said was that experts said that over the last 50 years, it was much easier to maintain a healthy weight here in the United States. And that's primarily because there were no computers. That's because television went off after a certain time. And because television went off, people went to sleep. They weren't just up like we are nowadays. People actually went to bed. You didn't have 24/7 working cycles where you can be up working in another part of the world at 3 in the morning. Things have changed so much. People worked and also played more outside as well, so they got more exercise. So today's lifestyle, you have the internet, we have television, we have all kinds of entertainment that comes to us through different devices. Adults and children tend to stay up awake a lot longer, and they're scrolling and they're playing games and they're chatting online. And that often means they're sitting. They're sitting and snacking. And they're snacking all day, and a lot of times they're snacking throughout the night as well. So all those extra calories, all that sedentary lifestyle, that leads to modern day illnesses like obesity, like type 2 diabetes, like a number of modern day illnesses, heart disease included in that. So the combination of these, the increase in calories and the loss of activity means that you're stacking the chips in favor of some type of an illness developing. So intermittent fasting, through the different scientific studies that have been held to just examine this, have shown that it can really help to reverse a number of these trends. So it's certainly worth leaning into. So how does it work? How does intermittent fasting actually work? So with normal eating patterns, for most Americans, that means that we're eating throughout our waking days, our waking hours. So if someone eats 3 meals a day, they're snacking a couple of times during the day, and they haven't exercised, and and that becomes a problem. So what happens is, in terms of just your metabolism, is that you're only burning what you've eaten over the course of the day, right? So you've got 3 meals that you've eaten, and it takes hours for food to digest. So your body is only burning that food that you've just ingested for the day. But with intermittent fasting, the goal is to extend the amount of time that you're not eating, right? So you're not eating all day. With intermittent fasting, you're eating for a particular segment of time during the day, so that you have more downtime when you're not eating. And during that, so what it does is it exhausts the amount of sugars and carbs and whatnot that you've been eating over the course of your eating hours. And then once that's exhausted, now your body can begin to actually dig in and start burning the fat reserves that we never actually get to eating around the clock. So hopefully you're kind of getting that a little bit, right? And I'll expand a little bit more, right? So for an example, with one of the methods of intermittent fasting is called the 8-16. So with the 8-16 method, you're eating for a window of 8 hours. You have 8 hours to eat whatever you want to eat. The other 16 hours, you're not eating. So for example, let's take 11 o'clock in the morning, you'll start eating until 7 o'clock at night. That's your window of time where you eat. After 7, there's no more eating. From 7, 8, 9, 10 through the night, you're sleeping. Up in the morning, you're not eating breakfast first thing. You don't eat until 11. So you basically have fasted throughout that time. After 7, all the way until you get to 11, you fasted. So when you're fasting, there's certain things that your body can do. And I'll get into a little bit more detail about what actually can happen during that time. So that's one way of doing an intermittent fast. Another way you can fast intermittently is with the eat, stop, eat method. Excuse me, where you don't eat for a 24-hour period. Excuse me.
Bless you.
So like one day you don't eat. So every other day of the week, you're eating your normal schedule. And then one day you choose 24 hours where you are not eating at all. You can drink, right? You can drink things that don't have any kind of calories in it. So zero caloric content. So we're talking about water, we're talking about unsweetened tea, we're talking about coffee. And coffee can act as an appetite suppressant also, if it doesn't really bother you in terms of just the side effects that caffeine can have. So that's a little bit more advanced, for someone who's not used to just not eating the whole day, but that's another way of doing it. And then you can have the fasting where you choose like a day or two out of the week where you're only eating like 500 to 600 calories for 2 consecutive days. So you're dropping significantly the amount of caloric intake you have. So it's reducing your weight. And let me just say this too. So you don't want to eat for 8 hours and then you're thinking, oh my God, I'm not going to eat until 11 o'clock the next morning. So I have to like double up the amount of food that I'm eating so I won't be hungry later in the day.
Right.
Kind of like defeats
No.
the purpose of, reducing the calories, right? You're actually going to be fine, right? So, so for many people, it actually helps to reduce the amount of weight that they're putting on, over time. So let's talk about what's actually happening when your body is fasting, how it affects your cells, how it affects your hormones.
Yeah.
So first, you get an uptick in the amount of human growth hormone. Now, human growth hormone is usually very active in children. It's what creates the growth spurts in children. It's why children grow faster and adolescents grow faster. And then we slow down, the body decreases the amount of human growth hormone that it actually produces. But it does have benefits for adults, even though we're not trying to grow at the rate that children grow. It does have some beneficial effects. So one of the things it does for adults is that it revs up your metabolism, right? As some people get older, it takes them longer to digest food. It takes them longer to burn calories. That's because your metabolism has gotten slower. So that human growth hormone actually helps to keep it revved up so that you are still burning at a faster rate, right? As when you were younger. There's and this is important for digestion because a lot of times as people get older, your digestion doesn't kick in as strong as it used to, taking dietary aids and Tums and things to try and help to break down the food because it's just sitting a lot longer, and it's also not being absorbed. The nutrients are not really being absorbed like they're supposed to. So with that human growth hormone present, it actually helps to increase the metabolism, which is also helping to increase how you're actually absorbing nutrients, which is really very important. It also helps with tissue repair and also just eliminating waste from the cells. It also helps to transport certain molecules. It helps to conserve. It helps to build muscle mass, proteins in your body. It helps to break down fats also. So it helps again with that metabolism. You're breaking down the foods faster. You're building muscles faster also. So that's really helpful. And it's one of the reasons why synthetic growth hormone is used for a lot of men who are trying to bulk up. It's not really supposed to be legal, but
Right.
people use it in order to, help them to bulk up and get more muscle tone if they're trying to improve their looks physically. It also helps with bone density. That's a problem also as we get older. The bones start thinning because you're not holding on to the calcium anymore. That hormone, that human growth hormone, helps with keeping the bone density where it's supposed to be. It also helps the heart function to stay stable, the heart muscle, and it helps the balance between the good and the bad cholesterol. So there are a lot of benefits to that human growth hormone, but it only kicks in and increases when you're fasting, right? So that's an important reason to fast. It also helps with helps to prevent with cardiovascular illnesses as well. With insulin, it helps to decrease the amount of insulin sensitivity. So one of the problems with developing diabetes is that we develop an insensitivity to insulin. It makes it difficult for the insulin to attach to the outside of the cells and deliver the sugar inside the cells. You know, sugar's not supposed to be floating around the bloodstream. It's supposed to be inside of the cells. When when we become insensitive to our insulin, it means that that molecule can't attach to the outside of the cell and deliver the sugar inside. And that's a problem. So it helps to eliminate that insulin insensitivity. So if you're borderline diabetic or dealing with diabetes, intermittent fasting is something that can help start reversing that insensitivity. Also, there's a process of cell repair. So take, for example, you know, you have a kitchen, you're cooking. You cook your meals, and then at night you clean up, put the dishes away, mop the floor, clean the cabinets, and you can start all over again the next day. When you're eating all the time, and I don't mean like literally all the time, but if you're not eating, you're digesting, right? So if you've eaten a meal in the morning and then you've had a snack somewhere, and you've had another meal in the afternoon, and then you snack some more, you have another meal in the eating in the another meal in the evening, and you're snacking again. That means you're constantly keeping that oven, which is your stomach and your digestive system, it's always busy trying to digest something, trying to digest it, try to send it out. So you don't really get a chance to get in there and clean the kitchen. So imagine a kitchen that's just constantly running 24/7. So you don't get a chance to clean up. So there's grease on the floor, there's grease on the cabinets, there's food here. You haven't had a chance to sweep. The place is a mess. The same thing happens with our cells. But when we choose to fast, there's a process called autophagy that allows the cell to actually now start cleaning itself out. It can get breakdown like residual proteins that are just hanging around the cells, waste material that's just been hanging around the cells that haven't had a chance to get rid of. It gives the body's cells an opportunity to get rid of parts that are not useful anymore and repair it. So there's a lot of regeneration of cells that go on to be as good as new when you give your body a chance to just rest, turn off, get out of the kitchen, let the cleaning crew come out and fix things and repair things. That only happens when you actually get a chance to fast. Give your system a break. Give it a break and let it get a chance. And like Vince said in the beginning, you know, our bodies have what they need to repair themselves. You just have to give them the opportunity to do so, and it'll do it great. So intermittent fasting can help in all of these areas. I know it's used oftentimes in cancer treatments for people who are a little bit more progressive about dealing with cancers instead of just strictly going through chemo and radiation. They'll interject something like fasting, where the body has an opportunity to actually get in there and repair things and fix things. There was a study that was done with chemotherapy where they combined chemotherapy and fasting, and the persons didn't go through the major crashes that they go through when they're taking chemotherapy, you know, because the body's immune system didn't completely crash. Usually when you take just chemotherapy by itself, it completely destroys the immune system. With the intermittent fasting that was going on, the immune system didn't crash. It didn't just completely shut down. So it gives the body an opportunity to actually heal itself, to actually shift into a healing mode.
Yes.
So people, of course, do fasting because they want to lose weight. That's one of the main reasons why we come and we exercise and we work out. We want to lose weight. So that's one of the main things that intermittent fasting will do, because it'll give the body a chance, as I mentioned, to actually start digging into the fat reserves that we never managed to get to. A lot of times we exercise and we feel great and we're toning up, but we just can't seem to like get rid of the fat that's still there. When you mix it with intermittent fasting, now you're giving your body a chance to get in there and get to those reserves that it hadn't had a chance to get to before. I want to also mention a couple of the that we go through with intermittent fasting. Hang on one second, let me just take a look here. Okay, so there's 5 main stages that your body goes through when you're going through intermittent fasting. So the first stage is like the first 8 hours. And in that first 8 hours, what happens is that you really go into fasting at about 8 hours, right? So that's when your blood sugar levels actually start to stabilize, right? So if you've already had problems with sugar levels, this is the point where they start actually stabilizing themselves. At 12 hours, we start switching into an early stage called ketosis. And ketosis is when your body now begins, it's finished relying upon just the carbohydrates that you've eaten, and it's actually starting to burn fat. It's when it begins to start burning fat. And during that time also, your blood pressure can start lowering, which is great, and the insulin insensitivity starts to stabilize as well. So at stage 2, that's when you're really fully into ketosis. That's 12 to 18 hours in. So if you're doing the 16-8, so by the time you're into 12, 13, 14, 15 hours of having fasted, now you're actually starting to burn fat, right? And you also start developing some mental clarity as well, right? Because your body's not just sluggish from just being overwhelmed with constantly breaking down food.
Yes.
And also appetite suppression starts to kick in. I know for myself, when I fast, the first 2 days, I guess, the most challenging, but by day 3, you're not really that hungry, right? It's interesting because we have a tendency to just automatically go for food, and we're in the habit of just going for a snack. I can't tell you how many times I'll just kind of automatically just go and look in the refrigerator if I'm in the house, right? I may not necessarily be hungry, but it's just a habit. And when I fast, I'm just becoming more aware of those habitual things. Like, you know what? I'm not even hungry. I'm just in the kitchen for something, and I'm just go in the refrigerator. Not hungry, but okay, let's just stop this. So by day 3, your appetite has actually decreased quite a bit. um, and stage 2 also, you actually begin to start losing some weight. Now with stage three is 24 hours. So for those who decided that they want to try the other phase where they're going to try and do it for 24 hours, that's when the autophagy kicks in, where the cells start cleaning themselves out 24 hours in. That's an anti-aging practice. So for people who specialize in anti-aging medicine, this is a tool that gets used. They actually practice fasting for a day during the week, because it helps to lessen the work that your body is doing day in and day out. So it's considered an anti-aging tool. And again, this is the time when the body now starts cleaning out its cells. It starts repairing the cells, and you start getting really favorable responses. Autophagy actually means self-eating. It's a Greek word for self-eating. And that's just what happens. It starts going in there and consuming things that don't belong inside the cells and repairing them, putting things back together again. And it's a natural process, but again, it's one of those processes that decreases over time. As you get older, it happens less and less, which is why you see the aging process, why people, start kind of physically start falling apart and they don't bounce back, right? Because there's been so much waste that accumulates in the cells. And that's also where Alzheimer begins setting in. You see reversals of Alzheimer's when people start fasting as well, because that cell cleansing takes place in the brain as well. So early research is suggesting that it can really help to kill cancer cells also. And it also helps to reduce inflammation. So stage 4, that's 36 to 48 hours. That's 2 days. You get growth hormone recovery. So this is legitimate fasting. I know for me, I've fasted 4 days, and there's just another level of lightness intellectually. Things are just processing a lot faster, and there's just a lightness a psychic lightness that I experience, by the time I'm in day 3 and day 4 of fasting. You get muscle growth, you get repair work. There's a lot of things that begin to start happening for the positive, as you enter that phase. Day 5 that's 72 hours in, and that's for people who are experienced with fasting and are comfortable with it. Because at that point, then you start getting stem cell repair. You start getting major improvements in the immune system functioning. There's a lot of things that happen when you give your body just a break. You might want to take in some electrolytes at that point, because you don't want to. And also when you're fasting like this too, you're not working out. You're not trying to overly externalize yourself, because the focus is now on your body helping it to repair itself and clean itself. So you can't do a whole lot externally while your body is undergoing a lot of that internally. So if you choose to go on a fast where you're going for like 4 days, maybe even pushing it to 5 days, you want to make sure that you've got some vacation time, where you don't have like a lot of demands being made of you externally, and you're not trying to do a marathon, you're not trying to really work out hard, just the focus is on internal cleansing when you're doing like a stage 5 fasting, because you're getting like a whole immune system regeneration, you're getting a reboot internally. So it's something that you do periodically. It's not this level of fasting when you're going to day 5 like this. It's something that you might do maybe once or twice a year to just really just help your body to just reset itself. But the intermittent fasting that we're talking about that you can do on a daily basis, that's something, it's just a mindset. Now you can choose to take the beginning part of the day where you may skip breakfast. Say maybe you used to eat breakfast at 8 or 9 o'clock, you're pushing it back to 11 o'clock. If you're really dedicated to having breakfast, then maybe you might want to cut the dinner meal off at the end of the day. So you do get that full 16 hours in. I know I prefer doing like 11 to 8 rather than 11 to 7. That's what works for me. But and so it's something that you kind of have to kind of experiment with a little bit and just get your mind set that this is something why you're doing it. And initially it might be a little uncomfortable, right? Because we're used to being able to eat whatever we want whenever we want. So sometimes, we can get little symptoms, but they're not really big symptoms. I mean, if you're, because we're only talking about a couple of hours in the morning or a couple of hours in the evening. We're not talking about major long-term kind of, where you're depriving yourself of nourishment for days, right? So we're just talking about giving our bodies a chance to actually dig into and helping with our weight loss journey, by giving our body an opportunity to really dig into the fat reserves so you can really start seeing a difference and start feeling a difference, and start also helping to prevent ourselves from developing that insulin insensitivity. And also, I forget what sister it was who mentioned the polycystic ovarian syndrome that they had. This has been shown to really help with this problem also. I thought that was so interesting, that saying like, seeking you shall find, or knock on the door will be answered. The sister asked about that particular condition, and both with the sugar as well as this fasting, both of those things can be really helpful in addressing and correcting it. So, any questions? I know I don't want to run on my sister's time here again.
That was very good. Kilana has a couple of questions in the chat. Do you see it? Shall I read it?
Read it for me.
Yeah, the first question she has is that the same, is intimate, let's see, is that the same as a steroid? Is HGH the same as a steroid?
No.
Right.
There are artificial human growth hormones, which can be problematic. It's not a steroid, but it'll be a problem for you later. So we're talking about the human growth hormone that our bodies naturally produce.
Naturally produce, yes, yes. She also wants to know, is it true that each time that you eat, it triggers the metabolism? How does the metabolism relate to digestion? It sounds like you want a good balance between eating to set off the metabolism and stopping fasting to allow proper digestion, correct?
Start again. Ask the question again.
So is it true that each time that you eat, as a matter of fact, Kilana, ask the question the way you want it to be asked.
Yeah, I was just asking, like I've heard that each time that you eat that it triggers the metabolism. Is that true?
No.
Okay. I was just trying to see like how the metabolism relates to the digestion, I guess.
Well, I mean, if your metabolism is slow, then your digestion is going to be slow. Your bodily functions are going to be slow. And they slow down as you age. So that's the plus with the fasting, as well as, the fasting helps with the human growth hormone production. It also helps with giving the body a break so that it can kind of repair itself, because the body gets overwhelmed after a number of years with,
Mhm.
just the processes of living and the lack of repair. We've kind of lost the science of keeping the balance of the body moving properly. So, you know, somebody who's like 50 now might look like somebody who's 70, depending upon how they've been living, right? So with fasting, you're trying to give your body a break. You're trying to give it an opportunity to repair itself so that it can reset the metabolic functions. This fasting, the human growth hormone is produced in the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is a master gland, which helps to regulate all the different glands in the body. And those glands are what regulates your metabolism. So if that pituitary gland can excrete that human growth hormone, it's going to help all of the glands in your metabolic system.
Right. Okay.
Right, right. And Liz wants to know, what is your metabolism? Just a brief.
So your metabolism is the rate at which your body um, goes through its chemical processes, right? So there are thousands of chemical processes that go on your body over the course of the day, day and night, day and night, day and night. So, and it's primarily your endocrine system that helps to regulate the metabolism. So metabolism is just the rate at which these processes take place.
Right, right. But this is very good because and again, the reason I wanted you to spend time explaining intermittent fasting is because it's such a powerful tool. We talk about eating healthy, exercise, but you don't even have to eat. You know what I'm saying? But your body will respond. If you don't eat, your body's going to say, well, he or she is not feeding me. And if I'm hungry, I know where to get the food. It's going to get it from your stored fat. So your body is going to eat, and you're going to benefit from the eating. Your body's going to, the cells, the good cells are going to go after the bad cells after a while, just so it can keep you alive. Your body will do whatever it can to keep you alive. But you have to learn to work with it. And what I'm saying is, we have the tools without even going out there. And I don't worry about food shortages because how much do I really need to eat? Okay. So I don't worry about food shortages. You've got to realize that you want to work with your body. Allow your body to heal itself by not feeding it for hours at a time. And a lot of times we think we're hungry, but we're really thirsty. Or we're eating out of habit. Okay, I'm used to eating at 12 o'clock lunch, 1 o'clock lunch, or 8 o'clock dinner. So I'm going to have that out of habit. Even if I'm not hungry, out of habit, I'm going to eat. And sometimes you need to just say, no, I'm not going to eat. And if I'm hungry, I'll drink some water. I'll eat tomorrow. Let your body know who's in charge. I'll eat tomorrow. I'll feed you then. Because your body, if it's hungry, is going to feed off the fat storage. And you're going to wake up with a flatter stomach. Okay.
And something you're saying is very important, Vince, is that a lot of it is psychological. A lot of it is mental. A lot of it is emotional. We, as I mentioned earlier on, that first satiation is the touch of the mother, as well as just the satisfaction of being able to be nurtured with food. And that continues without caretakers, whether it's your mother, whoever your caretaker is, you get rewarded with food. You're gonna I'm gonna give you this treat. You're gonna have some ice cream because you did so good over here.
Right.
And that translate over time into, and we associate it with gatherings, we associate it with rewards. And then when we get older and we have little crises that happen in our life, and we look to food to just kind of soothe us a little bit, because it's been an emotional form of soothing ourselves for many, many years. So we look to food to help soothe ourselves when we have problems that turn up. Now, it's not necessarily going to help that problem, right? You might
Right.
feel good for a little bit, but it's not going to make that problem go away. It will put pounds on you if it's continued. So we
Right.
have to realize that a lot of our association with food is psychological. So I know that with fasting, as soon as you say, okay, I'm fasting means I'm not eating, I can't have this, then everything that you want in the world shows up, right? You're walking past stores, you're smelling things.
Yes.
This society really pushes food in an obnoxious way. Commercials on television of food, advertisements, food, 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 food. And all you're thinking about is like, but I want it. But I want it. I'm
Yes.
hungry. I want
Yeah.
to eat. And you have to just kind of say to yourself, it's not going anywhere. It'll be there tomorrow. It'll be
Right.
there a couple hours from now. It'll be there when
Yeah.
I'm ready. But right now, I'm taking care of myself. I'm loving myself right now. I'm loving on myself. I'm helping
Yeah.
to prepare my body.
Mm.
And you can actually go through some physical discomfort. Like it takes about 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks for your body to kind of get adjusted to the intermittent fasting, right? The routine of an intermittent fasting. So, maybe you might be a little irritable, maybe you might get a little passing headache, you know,
Right.
but it's not anything that's serious. I mean, of course, when I'm not talking about you getting lightheaded, I'm not talking about any kind of major symptoms. But for the most part, whatever little nuances come up, you can pass them by and it'll be done in a good 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you'll be into the routine of knowing that this is the time window that I'm going to eat. This is the time window that I'm devoting to other things. Right? You have time to actually get some other things done. It's amazing how much time we spend just eating, preparing, cleaning up, cleaning after, just meal preparation,
Yeah.
eating out.
Yes, thank you so much, Sky. I know we can talk further about this because it's such a powerful topic, but I'll be sending information to the group via email on intermittent fasting again, because I want you guys to really strongly consider it, to make it a part of your lifestyle, because it's going to make a difference in how you feel. I know that when I'm fasting, I have more mental clarity. And I noticed that, and I'm like, wow, I can really focus in on a problem, on anything that I might have. So that's why I'm saying you definitely want to consider it. And I highly recommend that you start implementing it. And I'll send more information to you about it. Okay. So with that being said, Sky, thank you so much. And Carmen, thank you for your patience as always. So Jaden, please spotlight Carmen and she'll explain the next class. Thank you, Sky. Marjorie says this information is so important and the benefits are remarkable. Yes, they
My
are.
pleasure.
Carmen.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Sky. The information that you shared with us, so valuable.
Yes.
Today, we are going to be doing yoga and Pilates. So what you're going to need for class today, you will need comfortable clothes, a little bit of space, a yoga mat, some socks, or you can choose to be barefoot. Make sure that you have your water to stay hydrated, a towel in case you need some support for the knees. You can fold a towel in half and keep it by the mat. And just make sure you take breaks when you need to, listen to your body. And if you have any questions, type it in the chat. So right now, I just need to know, how's everyone feeling? Let me know if there are any things I should know about as far as your body, any aches and pains, any areas of the body that you want me to focus on. So just type it in the chat and let me know what's going on with you. Maybe your neck, shoulders are tight today. Maybe it's your lower back. Maybe it's your lower body, your legs. we'll be working on everything. Okay, and if I don't see any notes, then I will assume that we're doing well. Okay, shoulders still a little tight. Okay. All right. So we are going to begin on the floor today. Wrists. Okay. All right. So modify where you need to. Listen to your body. So if you feel like it's too much pressure on hands when we have to come onto all fours, then you can modify it, not staying there for too long. Also, as well with the shoulders, we'll be warming up the body, so hopefully that will make you feel better. So we are going to begin on the mat with our breath work. We'll get into a yoga flow, standing, and then we'll come back to the mat for our core, our Pilates core work. All right, so I am going to ask for some music. So our maestro, can you play the tunes for us?
Nice.
Thank you so much. So we're going to begin in easy pose. Come into a comfortable position with your legs folded. If you're able to sit this way, make sure that your back is nice and long. Good. Press those shoulders down. I want you to begin by bringing one hand to the heart and bringing one hand to the belly. We're going to do some deep cleansing breath. So you're going to inhale, hold at the top of the breath, and then exhale, hold at the bottom of the breath. So let's begin. We'll do 6 breaths together. So inhale, fill the belly up with air, and you can close your eyes while you're doing this. Exhale, hold at the bottom of the breath. Inhale, and exhale. So as you're breathing, you're releasing and letting go of all thoughts, things that you're holding on to that aren't serving you a purpose. So you're inhaling peace, and exhaling joy. Take another deep breath in, and exhale. Take another deep breath in through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Take another breath, breathing in, and exhale. And take one more breath, breathing in through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Good. Now rest those palms over the knees. And we're going to work our neck and our head and releasing tension. So now you're going to bring the chin to your chest. Slowly circle the head to the right. Inhaling as you circle the head down and around. Exhaling as you bring the chin to the chest. We'll circle the head 3 times to the right. Breathing into the places where you feel tightness or tension. Good. And now reverse the circle the head to the left. Inhaling as you circle the head back, exhaling as you circle the head forward. Breathing into the shoulders, the neck, releasing any tension in the head. Good. Take one more circle around and then bring the head to center. Good. I want you to turn your head to the left, stretching the side of the neck. Inhale, bring the head back to center. Turn your head to the right. Good. Bring the head back to center. Turn and bring the head all the way up to the ceiling, releasing the head back. Good. And then bring the head center and lower the chin to the chest. Bring the head back to center. Tilt the head to the left. Bring that left hand, place it over your right ear. Good. Release that hand to the side. Inhale, raise the arm up, and then exhale, slowly press the palm down as you're breathing. Inhaling, releasing tension in the neck and the shoulders. And breathe out. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Good. Bring the head back to center, tilt the head to the other side. Place the hand over the ear and extend the side arm. Inhaling, reaching the arm up and exhaling. Inhale, raise the arm up and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good. Bring the head back to center. Now you're going to reach the arms up overhead, lifting the spine. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bring the hands into the heart. We're centering our mind, our body, and our spirit. We'll do this 4 times. Inhale, stretching up. Make sure the movement is continuous and flowing. Breathing as you move and stretch the body. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And last breath, breathing in, reaching the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Good. You're going to interlock the fingers and extend the arms out in front of you. Then you're going to bring the hands into the chest. Press the chest forward, lift the head up. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. You're going to curve the spine and extend the arms away from you. Chin to chest. Good. Bring the hands in towards the chest. Press against the center of the chest. Push the chest forward, shoulders back, head lifted. And then exhale. Send the arms out. And again, inhale. Open up the chest. Head releases back. And then around the back. Chin to chest. Extend your arms up overhead. You're going to stretch over to the right. Inhale, lift up to the center, and then stretch over to the left. Feel that stretch on the side of the body. Good. Come back to the center. You're going to release the hands and circle the wrist. We type, we text, we drive, we do many things. There's lots of tension in those hands. So let's release that tension. And extend those arms out in front of you, circle those wrists outward, and then rotate, circle those wrists inward. Good, shake out the hands. Good, and flex. Push that energy outward, and open the arm side. And forward, and then exhale, open side. Breathing as you do each movement. Hands inward, and extending outward. Good. Raise those arms up overhead. Good, and then press the palms down. Circle the arms. Back 4 times. Inhaling and exhaling, breathing into the upper back. Releasing tension in the shoulders and the arms. Good. And then circle the arms forward. Bringing the shoulders forward. Breathing into the places where you feel tightness and tension in the arms, shoulders, and the upper back. Good. And you're going to place that right hand down, stretch the left arm overhead. Energy reaching to the fingertips, stretch side. Turn to look down at your hand. Breathe into the side of the body. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Lift up to the center. Send both arms up overhead. And now, bring the left hand down. Right arm overhead. Stretch over to the side. Turn your head to look down at your palm. Breathe down at the floor. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Feel that stretch in the side of the body. Inhale, lift the arms back up and center. Good, and then you're going to stretch forward. Bring those hands right in front of your legs. Walk them out, bring your chest to your thighs. Take a deep breath in and exhale. breathing into the upper back, breathing into the center of the back, breathing into the lower back. Lower the head, releasing the neck and the shoulders. Breathe. Slowly lift the head up, raise the arms up overhead, and then exhale. You're going to reach the arms forward, bring them in towards your shoulders, circle the toes back. 4 times. Inhaling and exhaling. 2, circle 3, and circle forward. Good. Reach the palms out. Wrap the hands around your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and as you lift the head up, extend and lift the elbows up to the ceiling. Do that stretch, and then slowly lower the elbows, pulling down on the shoulders, bring the chin to the chest. Take a deep breath in and exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Lift the elbows up to the ceiling, lengthen the spine, so the opening up the chest. And then bring the chin, chest, elbows lower, pulling down on the shoulders. One last time, lift the elbows up. Deep breath in. And then exhale. Lower the head, pulling the shoulders downward. Good. You're going to come to center. Extend those arms out. Circle those arms. Shake it out. Then you're going to reach the left arm across. You're going to bend the right elbow, holding that arm in towards your chest. You're going to lift up. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Pull the arm down. Take another deep breath in. And release the arms, shake them out. And now reach across, bend the left arm, press the right arm into the chest, lift up, inhale, and exhale. Take another deep breath in, and exhale. Beautiful, release the arms. You're gonna twist. So bring the left hand to the right knee, and bring the back hand behind you. You're gonna look over your shoulder, take a deep breath in, breathe into the lower back, breathe into the center of the back, and breathe into the upper back. Good. Come back to center, and now you twist to the other side, reach across the left knee, and bring that right hand behind you. Take a deep breath in, exhale, breathing into the upper back, breathing into the center of the back, breathing into the upper back. Center. You're going to bring the hands behind your back. Take a deep breath in, lift up, lift the head, lift the sternum, lift the chest, and then exhale, coming forward. Good. So the opening up of the back. And lift the chest and head up to the ceiling. Inhale. And then exhale, forward. Good. Back to center. Stretch those arms all the way up overhead. Interlock them behind it. And we're going to make a circle. Go in a circular motion to the left. Extending and open the elbows. As you come around, bend the elbows inward, bring the chin to the chest. We'll go around 3 times, breathing into the places where you feel tightness and tension. Good. Come back to center, extend those arms up, and we'll take the same circular motion to the left. Bring the arms in front of you, up, side, and overhead. Inhaling and exhaling as you circle the arms, breathing into places that you may feel tightness from the torso, releasing that tension. Good. And now we'll circle to the right. Forward, side, back, and around. 2 more times, breathing as you flow into the movement. One more circle around. Beautiful. Good. And then press those palms down. You're going to bring the knees up. Good. And then just rock side to side with the leg. Good. And then extend those legs out in front of you. Good. You're going to stretch those arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. Flex the feet. So the toes are pointing to the ceiling. Lengthen the spine. And forward fold. Stretching over the legs.
I'm a maker,
Good.
shaper,
Holding on to the
builder,
ankles.
creator, a magician
Good.
with
You're going to lift the
precision.
head up. Take a deep breath
Lean in
in.
and listen.
Arching the
Having
back.
fun,
Exhale. Point the
getting
toes
paid,
downward.
running
Round
the
the
maze.
spine.
Whether you learn on the job or with a low to no cost training
Flex the
program,
feet. Arch and
Carmen
look up.
Manufacturing
Inhale.
is yours if you want it. Get started
And
at
then exhale. Round over the
carmenct.com.
leg. 2 more times. Flex and arch. Breathing in. And then exhale. Round over the feet. Over the leg. Last time. Arch and look up. And then exhale. Forward stretch. Now you're going to bring the hands up the body. We're going to create a wave-like pattern. Breathing and exhaling. Think of releasing and letting go of tension. Letting go of pain. Letting go of anxiety. Letting go of stress. Anything that you're holding on to, you're going to release it and let it flow off of you like water. Breathing and releasing. Good. Inhaling as you stretch up. Exhaling as you come forward. We'll do this 4 more times. 1. Inhaling and exhaling. This is 2, 3, and 4. Good. Now you're going to extend the arms out. You're going to gather into the heart center all the things that you want to welcome into your heart. Love, joy, happiness, and peace. Receive that into your heart center. Give yourself a big hug. Send that love into your body. Beautiful. Bring the bottoms of your feet coming into butterfly stretch. Press those elbows in towards the knees and come forward. Take a deep breath in and then exhale. Gently pump. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Lengthen the spine, lifting out over the toes. Knees and back. Seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Good. You're going to lift the knees up. Deep breath in, exhale, press the knees down. And up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Open up the hips. Releasing any tension. Good. Continue to breathe. And stretch over to the right. You're going to round center. Stretch the left arm over. Good. Back to center. And do that again. Stretch over to the right. Round center. Breathing as you move. And stretch the body over to the left. Good, and come back to center. Beautiful. We're gonna extend the leg. Bring the legs into a V. Good. Stretch those arms out. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, stretch over the legs. Reaching for the toes. Inhale. Lift the chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And then exhale, come forward. Stretching over the leg. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Good. Come back to center. Stretch over to the right. Reach that arm overhead. Reach for the toes. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Rotate to face the leg. Flex the toe. Holding on to the ankle. Take a deep breath in. Look up. Exhale. Lower the head to the knee. Take 3 deep breaths here. Feel that stretch in the back of the leg. Feel the opening up of the back. Feel that stretch in the neck and the shoulders. Slowly lifting the head and stretching the arms over the head. Good. Palms down. Stretch all the way over to the left. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Rotate. Looking up. And then lower the head to the knee. Take 3 deep breaths. Breathe into the upper back, the center of the back, and the lower back. Lengthen the spine. Stretch the arms up overhead. Okay. Good. We're going to shake out both legs. Swing them around. You're going to come to all 4. Make sure that your knees are both apart. We're going to round the spine. Inhale, focus at your belly button. And arch and look up to the ceiling. Put the toes under, round the spine. Arch. 2 more times, round the spine. And exhale. Good. 1 more time, round the spine. And exhale, arch. Good. You're going to stretch those arms up overhead. Good. Reach right hand down. Stretch all the way over. Side stretch. Good. Look up to the center. Both arms up overhead. Bring the left hand down by your side. Stretch over. Good. Back to center. Bring the hands to your waist. Send the hips forward. Looking up. Modification of camel pose. Good. Come back to all 4s. You're going to sit back on your heel. Stretch the arms out in front of you. Child's pose. Breathe. You're going to come to all 4s. Extend the legs behind you. Hips come forward. Good. Cobra pose. We're going to lower the belly. Good. Bring the elbows forward. Lift the chest. Baby cobra pose. Look to the right. And look to the left. Good. Press up into full cobra. Round the spine. Cat pose. You're going to tuck your toes under. Lift the hips coming into your downward dog. Pedal through the feet. Stretch the backs of the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stay there. We'll come into crouching dog. Take a slight bend of the knee. And slowly lengthen. Tailbone to the ceiling. Good. You're going to walk those hands in. Step the knee to the front of your mat. Good. Bend those knees. And then just twist right to left. Shaking out that spine. Good. You're gonna place the hands on the shin. You're gonna half lift, looking forward. Exhale, forward bend. You're gonna roll up through the spine. Stretch the arms up, coming into mountain pose. So find that center of gravity. So you're gonna just come forward on the toes, rocking forward and back to find your center. Good. Take a slight bend of the knees, stretch those arms up overhead. Good. Interlock the fingers, stretch them up, lengthen the legs. Stretch over to the right. Round center. Stretch over to the left. And come back to center. Release the arms. Open them side. Stretch the arms up overhead. Good. We're going to come into chair pose. Good. So take a slight bend of the knee. You're reaching on the diagonal with this. Yes. So from chair pose, you're going to lift the right heel and then lower. Lift the left heel and lower. The right heel and lower. Left heel and lower. Working those feet. Good. Bring hands to the knees, round the spine. And then stretch out on the diagonal. Hold it there for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands to the heart. You're going to twist to the right. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Placing that left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Breathe. Take 3 deep breaths. Come back to center, chair pose. Reach the arms up on the diagonal. Take a deep breath in. Stretch, exhale. Hands to the heart. Twist to the left. Your right elbow is on the outside of the left knee. Head looks side. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Come back to center, come to chair pose. Stretch all the way up. Down. Good. Bring your hands to the heart. You're going to send the right. So you're going to come back into lunge. Good. You're going to bend that knee. Stretch those arms before the head. Good. So you're going to lift up and down. Good. Lift the knee. 2. Lift the knee and bending. 3. 4. 5. And 6. You're going to into the heart. Good. You're going to stretch and come forward. Bring the back heel to in a flat back. You're going to reach down towards that ankle. Coming into your toe. Good. You're going to open up into triangle. You're going to extend that right arm. Feeling into the shoulder. And back. Secure the toes. Good. Bend that front knee. Into your high line. Good. Exhale. Up. And now you can bring the arms down and extend the knee. And stretch up. Inhale. And exhale. And now stretch up. And exhale. Inhale into the heart. Open the legs forward. And stretch. Pyramid pose. Reach down towards the ankle. Open into triangle. And reaches. You're in triangle. Breathe. Now we're going to bend up that knee and we're going to come into our warrior two pose. open and stretch. And come forward. And breathe. And come up. Breathe in the hand, come forward and stretch. Breathe in, come into warrior two. Beautiful. We're going to reach back for that back leg. We're going to come into reverse warrior. Deep in, front reach, not much to do, reverse forward, reach back. You can also bring that hand to the back, stretch here. Do it what's comfortable for your body. And walk forward, two. Stretch into triangle. Bring that hand down, come into pyramid. Good, bend that front knee. Back to high lunge. We're going to open up and we're going to come into goddess pose. Good. So bring those arms open. Roll them in. Inhale, elbows to elbow, and stand and open. Contract in. 3 times. Contract in. And release open. Bring the hands to the knees. Bring that left shoulder forward with 1. Right shoulder, 2. 3. And 4. Good. Stretch both arms and twist the leg. And forward stretch over the leg. You rotate that toes inward. Stretch all the way up. And you rise onto your toes. Good. Hands and feet together. And back. Release them out of toes. Get the head of the lift. We're going to do the other side. Interlock those fingers. Stretch over to the left. Round center. Over to the right. Back to the center. Use the open hand. You can also go ahead. Bring the head into the heart. And stretch up into the diagonal. Feel forward. Inhale. Back. Into the heart. Okay. Stretch into chair pose. Bring the hand into the heart. Lift to the left. Bring the left elbow to the knee. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Bring down to the center. And twist to the right. Beautiful. Come back to center, stretch. Lift those arms out a little bit. We're going to lift the right heel and lower. Lift the left heel. And the right. And the left. 1 more. 3. 2. And 1. Up. And go up, down, lift the left heel. Good. Bring it into the head. Good. Leg behind you. And bring those arms up into high lunge. Good. Left and left. And lower again. Maybe 6 of these. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Lift the heart. Shift forward, lengthen the leg. And then lift the flat back, extend and reach towards your ankle. Good. Take a deep breath in, exhale, lower the head, breathe. You're going to open up into triangle, left arm open side. Just feel that opening up of the chest, the shoulder. Good. Then come back to pyramid. Bring hands to the heart. the lunge. Stretch the arms up, lengthen the legs, inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, stretch up, and lower. Stretch. Inhale. Stretch up, and lower. Exhale, stretch up. Inhale, hard, lift it up, two. Relax out. Keep on hold, exhale, fall again, the end of the left leg. Extend the left arm, opening up into triangle. Lift the torso. Bend the circulation into release here. That leg in the control. Back to the back leg, we're going to come into the right leg. Take that back arm, right hand over here, and step through. Good, back leg, two, and stretch. All right, hold, breathe. Warrior two, stretch. Step to the right leg, and step to the knee. Breathe. Back. And stretch into triangle. Come to feel the corner. Lower the head to the knee. Inhale to the heart. Walk the eyes forward. And we're going to open up the body forward. Release side, open, back open, and then control. In and open, release, control. And release, listen, up, release, and open. Bring the right shoulder forward. And left shoulder forward. And lift. Right shoulder forward. Lift. And then bring the left shoulder forward. We're going to stretch over to the right, bring the hands up. Thinking, down. And bring the right, stretch over to the left. Left in the little right leg, and then the left. And then extend. And then bring it up. And bring the hands up, stretch over to the left. Rotate and into your high lunge. You're going to reach down and hold to the knee, lift the back leg. Reach down to the floor, hands on the outside of the feet, over the knee. The hands are on the outside of the knee. Stretch the arms above the head, take a deep breath in. Inhale, behind you. And you're going to lean forward. Yeah. And hand over the head. Stretch the front leg. Lift the foot, reach for the ankle. Stretching over the leg. And take a deep breath in and exhale. Back. Stretch the back knee. Now you're going to come into plank. We're going to hold for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Next
3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, lower the chest, lower back. Bring the upper down, lift the chest up, round the spine, and lift the back on the heels. Side bend, breathe. You're going to come to all fours. You're going to do the other side. So now you're going to bring your right knee forward. Using the outside hand. Lunge, so you're going to touch the toe on the stretch behind the leg. Lower the knee, stretch the arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, reach the arms behind you, stretch and arch. Stretch the arms back overhead. Inhale. Lengthen the front leg, flex the foot, stretch over the leg. Good. Stretch up. Bring the hands to the outside of the feet. Tuck the toes under. Glide. Your right foot back coming into your plank. Hold for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, lower the chest, rest up, upward dog. Round the spine into cat pose. Sit back on your heels. We're going to come to all fours. You're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to send the hips to the ceiling, coming into your downward dog position. Pedal through the feet. Good. You're going to extend the right leg up. Lift the right leg up. Bend the knee, open up the hip. You bring the knee in towards the chest. Extend the leg up to the ceiling. Bend the knee, open up the hip. And then lower the right leg down. Good. Pedal through the feet. Stretch in the backs of the leg. Extend the left leg up. Point the toe to the ceiling. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Extend the leg up to the ceiling. Bend the knee in towards the chest. Extend the leg up. And slowly lower the leg down to the mat. Bend the knees. Sit back on your heels and breathe. Walk the hands in, rolling up to the spine. Bring the hands to your hips. Stretch the arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bring the hands into the heart, sitting on your heels. We're going to stretch the legs out in front of us. And now we're going to work our core. You're going to lay down onto your back. Bring the knees up for some toe taps. So make sure that you have that to core connection. Hands by your side. We're going to do 10 toe taps. Lowering the toes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alternating right and left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, And hold it there. Lift your head up. Lift your arms up off the floor. We're going to do in Pilates what's called a hundred. You're going to pulse the arms up and down for 5, and then breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and hold. 4, 5. And pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pulse. Hold and breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5. And pulse. Hold and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe. Good. Breathe into the chest. You're going to extend the legs up to the ceiling. Lower the legs 45 degrees and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. The legs extended up, bend the knees, and stretch up. Open, and stretch. Good. Now you're going to swivel the legs back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hold the knees into the chest. Breathe. Extend the right leg down. Lift your head up. You're going to pulse the 2 and switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hug the knees into the chest and breathe. Lower the feet. We'll do leg circles. Extend your left leg up. You're going to circle side and around. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then reverse that circle outward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lower the right leg, extend the left leg up. Circle outward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reverse. Facing inward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lower the leg. Bring the knees into the chest. You're going to extend the legs down the mat. You're going to roll over onto your side. And then onto your belly. You're going to lift the feet for double leg kick. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're going to lift the chest and the toes. Point up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Rest up. Come to all 4. You're going to bring the knee into the chest. Extend the leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch to the left side. Use the chest. Extend back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bend the left arm, right arm, and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And switch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit back one, 2, 3. Touch the toes under. Left and the right. Come into downward dog. Step forward with the right and the left. Good. Now roll to the spine slowly. We'll do our final stretch. Overhead with a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands into the heart. Breathe. Inhale up. Exhale. Stretch the arms up overhead. Inhale. And exhale. Turn the arms out and twist. Bring up the spine. Good. Take a stretch. Wrap those arms around yourself. Bring it love into your body. Opening your body for completing your session of Skai Yoga, Pilates, and Yoga Fusion. If you're feeling great, you've made it to the end of class. Clap it up for yourself. You did it. All right, Maestro.
Very good.
That's the end of class.
Yes. How you guys feel? Give us a thumbs up. Let us know you're still with us, huh? Are you still there? Did you enjoy it? I thought it was a really good class. And when you do the Pilates and you combine Pilates and yoga, which means you get dual benefits. What are the benefits, Carmen?
Well, the benefits, you have a calm body, a calm mind. The cleansing breaths. It's allowing the body to, oh, I see comments. I feel wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. And the reason I'm getting at this is because I understand the wellness industry is booming right now. It's basically a $6.5 trillion industry, believe it or not. And they expect by next year it's going to swell up to 7 trillion. But that's because more and more people now are looking to wellness. You know, they're looking for self-care. There's so much going on, and they realize they have to take care of themselves. And they're looking for people who can give them support to help them focus on themselves. They're doing meditation, they're doing yoga, they're doing Pilates, you know, they're deep breathing exercises, anything to help them improve their health. And they're looking for alternative ways, not just the traditional ways to heal your body, not to, you know, take a pill for every ill. There's got to be a better way. And that's what they're looking to. And so I'm glad that you were able to do this. Paul says, nice workout. Yeah. And Brenda, who just came back from a cruise, said it was different, but fully stretched. My body is pumping. Yes, this is what we want. We are living beings. We want to feel good. Kilana says, feeling pretty good and calm. And Queen Marlene said, beautifully done. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it. And I'm not going to hold you long because I know it's 8:33. Oh, I'm sorry. It's yes, it's was it 8:33 your time there, right? So basically it's almost time to let you guys go. But I wanted to share this with you. A couple people have had some really good results already. And you know, one particular person, she lost 8 pounds, and another one I spoke to on Sunday lost 3 pounds, and she's looking to increase that, and I'm sure she will. All right. So just stay on track, stay focused. Listen to what we talked about with intermittent fasting. If you have any questions about it, well, I'm going to send in additional information to you. But if you want to talk about it, feel free to reach out. I would love to share more information with you on intermittent fasting because it can really help you get to where you need to be. You're not going to hear a lot about that from your doctors because they're not taught nutrition or fasting. That's not their wheelhouse. So you're not going to hear it from them. And that's why more and more people are looking to the wellness industry to learn other ways to improve their health. Kilana says, could could do the majority of the moves fairly easily. Most of the movements were slow and smooth. I like the transitions between sitting and standing. Yes, not very intrusive on the joints, which is a good thing. Okay, so I'm not going to hold you like I said because it's after 8:30. But if you guys do you have any questions at all, including the comments. Queen Marlene, look forward to more info on intermittent fasting. Yes, you shall receive it. And on Thursday, we have George's class, which is going to be another very interesting class, a very powerful class that he's going to present. And then next week, we have nutrition. We have George again on Thursday, and we have a special presentation on Saturday with Orville Douglas. I definitely want you guys to tune in for that special presentation. It's going to be pretty powerful on his journey to fruitarianism. Okay, so you don't want to miss that. Glenda says, thank you, Vince, Carmen, Sky, and Jaden. Yes, you are so welcome. It really does my heart and my group's heart very well to see you guys taking the steps necessary to improve your health. We want you to succeed. It's totally up to you, obviously, but we want to give you the information, give you the tools that we feel that if you use the tools, you're going to benefit from them. You're going to get the replays from this class. You're going to get replays every time we have a program because we want you to take them over and over again, and always realize that you can always reach out to me, even when the program is over, for support, for suggestions, because this is basically what it is. We're a family here. Kilana says, yes, thank you all. Great class today. You are so welcome. So with that being said, I don't want to, again, I don't want to hold you guys, right? I can start talking, right? I won't stop. And you want me to stop so you can take care of your business. But I have been in touch with a few of you, and as a matter of fact, most of you at some point or another, and I will reach out to a couple more in the coming days so that you can stay on track. Make sure you have a program that you can stick to, adhere to, and that will help you towards your goals. Because there's no reason why you can't lose 5, 10, 15 pounds within a 6-week time frame, okay? I firmly stand by it. And if you have any doubts, you know how to reach me. I'll still help you out. All right, with that being said, God bless. Have a wonderful evening. And I so look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Take care. And Jaden, thank you so much, Jaden. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Sky. And Jaden, you can stop the recording if you haven't already.